the Toastmaster of the Year, Nee Ehrenheim. I quote her. She said that Susie has given much of her time to the club. I love her kindness and willingness to help others. I'm her #1 fan. Nee, I vociferously disagree. I'm her #1 fan. This is my suggestion. Susie is an inspiration and a foundation of the club. She inspires through her individual actions, her individual progress. One of the most remarkable things we saw was not just that she achieved her Competent Communicator Award, but she took on what is one of the most daunting things you can do in Toastmasters, and that is the International Speech Contest. Susie went from giving her 10th speech, which she spent hours on, and as her mentor, I know I spent 3 hours with her on it, so I don't even want to know how many hours were spent. And when she gave her Inspire Your Audience speech, we had a party given by Susie the next day. I was standing in the kitchen, and between the dining room and the kitchen, I was hearing 2 conversations going on simultaneously talking about Susie's speech. So as a club, we were thinking, well, as Todd said, he said, oh, we know who to send right now. And at first it looked like that there wasn't going to be anyone else from the club. And that was the only way that we were able to persuade Susie at first to do the International Speech Contest. She said, okay, I already have something, because competition is not her focus in being here. And I think that shows why she spends all her time being motivated by others. So she did it for the club to make sure there was a representation. And then luckily, Nee and Joan stepped up. We had a real competition to prepare for the next level, and she was the M1 area winner. Then going on to the division. I made sure I was there, even though I just had surgery, and after she gave her speech, I started crying. Because she had gone from standing still like this for several speeches to giving the most dynamic speech, talking about the car accident and how she was having a great day, and then all of a sudden, bam! And was as good as any of the speakers, any of the 6 speakers that was there. At the division level, that is really saying something. So she inspires us by her example. And the most important thing she does is she makes it fun to come to meetings. A survey of Toastmasters found that the reason people come to meetings is, first of all, to see their friends, second of all, to have fun, and third of all, to work on personal development. I'm not sure that's how it's supposed to go. But you always know you're going to have fun at a meeting Susie's at, and enthusiasm. And you always know that you're going to have a friend, because she's always going to be there. Always. In fact, when her son comes to town, she makes him come to the meetings so she won't miss a meeting. And if she does miss a meeting, especially if Camilla, her mentee, is speaking, she begs me. She says, you have to make a video. I have to see it. And because she's always at the meeting, she knows all the members. She knows what everybody is working on and is able to encourage them. She's not just Camilla's mentor, who Camilla says is always willing to help and encourages me to strive for success. How many of you in here feel that Susie does the same for you? As Catherine Carpenter said in her comments, she said, Susie is a shining example for other members in both the speaking and leadership tracks. And we are here today to acknowledge that. It's important to acknowledge that. Because one comment was, Susie is the club rock. And I'm sure she will continue to be. We'll be giving her this award next year. And maybe I'll let Nee present it. Susie has a few words about her inspirational journey in Toastmasters. So please welcome Susie Overton.
Thank you, Gretchen. It's a very special thing to have you present this award to me because you are my valued mentor. She has been instrumental with me this year. And thank you to Gail, and thank you to all of you. This is an amazing club. It's an honor to receive this award from such a special group of people. I truly am touched, and I cannot think of another organization in which the sole purpose of the group is to support one another and watch us each get better every week. I can't think of another group. I've never belonged to another group like that. So I find that absolutely amazing. I love this club. I love each of you, and I appreciate the value that you bring to keeping this club thriving and doing well, because I love it. One of the beauties of Toastmasters is the process, as Gail alluded to, watching everyone get better during the year. And I think so many of us, have pushed and really gotten better, and I've seen it. And you watch that progress, and it's just thrilling. It's really thrilling. Camilla, it's been such a joy to mentor you, and to see you progress. And everyone, it's a great deal of fun. My own journey has been significant. When I joined Toastmasters in February of a year ago, I wanted to be a better communicator. But I really didn't know how to articulate that or what that really meant. It has been a journey, and I've had lots of discoveries in the process of doing this. The first one, and I guess what I should go back to say is that I knew that I needed to invest in this club. I needed to invest in myself, and I had the time because my work life had changed just a little bit, and I was able to say, okay, I'm gonna do one speech every month. I'm gonna get on the board if there's an opportunity to get on the board. I'm gonna go to the TLIs, and I'm gonna go to the conferences, and I'm gonna mentor if I can, because I wanna get as much out of this club as I can possibly get. And I have gotten that and so much more, but I had no idea how much it truly would change me. I made many discoveries, but three very important ones. The first one was, I was a terrible listener. I can remember going to the first Toastmasters meetings I went to, and everybody was rustling their papers and whatever, and the Toastmaster would get up in front of the room, and then everybody just stopped. And I was still sitting over there holding my papers, I had my pen, and I was getting my phone out, and I'd never been to a meeting where everybody just stopped when the Toastmaster got up in front of the room. And I was like taken aback by that, but I learned from that. And who can absolutely negate the fact that the off-counter role and the grammarian's role and the speech evaluator role contribute to our ability to listen. And the idea that eye contact is so important. I have made my mother look straight at me ever since I first started Toastmasters. She is always looking off like this when I'm talking to her. So I make her look right at me, and I look right at her when she's speaking. It's been a change. The second thing is that I used to repeat myself consistently. This is something that my husband can totally attest to, but I would be out, and in just informal conversation, I would repeat myself. I would try to make my point clearer, and in doing so, I would just say it again and again, and pretty soon my husband would go like, I got it, get out, I get it. But what I needed to do was to figure out a way to convey my point more quickly and succinctly. And I think Toastmasters has helped me do that because we edit all of our speeches, we time everything, we think about how we can say things in a better manner consistently. I've learned about stories and the value of stories and how they can convey our points more quickly than really anything else. I've learned about the pause from me and the ability to stop and not try to fill those silences with words that a silent moment is a good thing. I've learned that. And I've also learned the value of that opening and that good point and that quick closing. And I find myself in conversation with my family, friends, just in social environments, doing just exactly that. Good point, closing. I do it, and it's amazing. I've felt it coming out of my mouth without me even thinking about it. So I've learned, and I've changed. But thirdly, and probably the very most important thing that I have gained, I think, from Toastmasters, is that I have learned to have faith in myself and to trust myself. And I believe that one of the things that really, it's been the biggest change for me. When I first started, I think I didn't connect very well because I doubted myself. I didn't feel like I was saying anything of value. And it really has changed because of Gretchen Vaughn. She has been remarkable in that she has mentored me for most of the year, and she has been incessant about finding what I am passionate about and in helping me figure out what matters to me and in digging for stories that are important to me. And that has made a huge difference because I am kind of getting closer to finding my own voice. And that is huge. That is just huge to me. And it comes because of Gretchen and her relentless pushing and long conversations and long lunches. And it resulted really in the contest where I spoke on gratitude. And I truly felt when I was giving that speech for the very first time in front of all of you, I've never had that sensation of having everybody glued to me. I felt for a very brief moment like if I had told you to all go jump off a cliff, you would have gone. And I was in shock. I was just in shock about that. It felt good. It felt like hitting a hole in one, and I wanted to do it again and again. Well, fortunately, I had an opportunity to do that in the contest, and that was fabulous because it was a huge, huge confidence builder. I just want to share that change has happened to me a little bit. I know it's happening to all of you. I think we really want to embrace that. And you have to step out of your comfort zone. You have to commit, and you have to push, because nothing is going to change unless you struggle just a little bit. Change is something we should not fear. Rather, it is something we should welcome. For without change, nothing in this world would ever grow or blossom. And no one in this world would ever move forward to become the person that they are meant to be. And I believe that I am becoming the person I am meant to be. Thanks to all of you. Thank you so much for this award, and thank you for this great class. Just love you all. Thank you.